Okay, let's dive into this. Today we're looking at sources around a really, really tough event, a plane crash near Ahmedabad, India. It was an Air India flight, AI-171.
Yeah, a Boeing 787 Dreamliner crashed not long after takeoff, apparently.
And the numbers we're seeing in the reports, they're just stark. Really points to a massive tragedy.
Yeah, absolutely. The sources say 242 people were on board.
That's 230 passengers and 12 crew members.
Right. And the initial reports indicated, well, 241 feared dead.
Just awful. A catastrophic scale of loss.
It is. And the reports break down who was on board, too. Lots of different nationalities.
Yeah, I saw that. 169 Indians, 53 British, 7 Portuguese.
And 1 Canadian national.
And the crash itself, it happened in a residential area.
Seems so, which adds another layer of, danger and complexity. Near a medical student's hostel, one report mentioned.
Wow. And the immediate aftermath, the recovery efforts.
Yeah, the reports detail over 200 bodies recovered pretty quickly, but needing DNA identification because the impact was so severe.
Understandable. And then there's the official response kicking in.
Right away. You see details about government ministers visiting the site.
Okay.
The company, Tata Group, announcing compensation, setting up a hotline.
Standard but necessary steps.
Exactly. And condolences coming in from world leaders, plus, critically, the investigations starting immediately.
Led by India's DGCA and Boeing, the sources confirm.
Yep, those are the key first actions. Secure the site, recover, support, and investigate the cause. Essential.
But, amidst all this tragedy and the sort of procedural response, there's this one detail in the sources that just stands out. It almost defies belief, really, given the scale of it all.
You mean the survivor?
Exactly. The reports mention a single survivor from this horrific crash.
It's quite remarkable, isn't it? One source quotes the Ahmedabad police commissioner confirming someone was found alive.
One person out of 242. That's incredible.
They even pinpoint where this person was apparently found.
Seat 11A, that detail is mentioned.
Yes, reports say Seat 11A, and that the survivor was taken to hospital for treatment.
Seat 11A. And one report, it goes even further, doesn't it? Because of name.
It does. One specific article names the survivor as Ramesh Viswaskumar, says he's a 38-year-old British national.
Okay, so quite specific detail there.
And it even suggests how they might have escaped jumping from an emergency window, reportedly.
Jumping out. Right. But this is where looking at multiple sources becomes really important, because another report paints a different picture, doesn't it? About the identity.
Precisely. So while that one report is very specific name, escape method, another one directly contradicts it, or at least states the survivor's identity hasn't actually been publicly disclosed.
Okay, so we have conflicting information right there on a really key point.
Exactly. One says, here's the name. The other says the name isn't public.
So pulling it all together from these sources, we have the core facts. The devastating crash of AI-171 near Ahmedabad, the terrible human, caused 241 feared, lost out of 242.
The immediate response, the investigation's underway.
And then this single, almost unbelievable detail. One survivor, found in Seat 11A.
But with this real divergence in the reporting about who that person is, or if their identity is even known publicly, let alone the jumping out the window detail.
It really shows you, doesn't it, how challenging it is to get totally clear, verified facts right after a major disaster like this.
Absolutely. Different accounts can pop up almost instantly, even on something as fundamental as who survived. You see that sort of confusion sometimes.
Definitely. So we've covered the key points from the sources on the Air India AI-171 crash, the tragedy, the response, and this fascinating, if contradictory, information about the lone survivor in Seat 11A.
Right, which kind of leaves you, the listener, with something to think about, drawn right from these reports we've looked at.
Yeah, consider this, the sheer scale of loss, almost everyone on board, contrasted with the sheer improbability of one person surviving, found in Seat 11A, maybe.
Or perhaps think about how the sources themselves give conflicting stories about that most remarkable detail, the survivor's identity. Is it known, isn't it?
So, what does this extraordinary event and the way it was initially reported with these different threads make you think about? Something to mull over.